loaded up. The government raised interest rates by 26.5%, gradually cropped up to 26.75%, further weakening or exposing already vulnerable businesses. A combination of these policies made life much worse than what Hobbes talked about. But coming to the social part of it, you are aware of the raid on the office of
Syrup, yeah.
Are you aware of that, okay?
Yes.
And I want to keep your ear very closely to the ground. Soon, you will hear some other stories. And we also consider it an act of impunity to use the institutions of the government, including the judiciary, the police, the DSS, to harass people. At the moment, we are aware of people who were arrested in a civil protest, charged with criminal conspiracy, subversion, terrorism, cybercrime, terrorism financing, being held across the country. The people who are holding, the people at whose instance these Nigerian citizens are being held, have been regular protesters. Okay, we have them here on video clips, including Mr. President himself. Okay?
Yes.
We put Thompson. Did anybody charge him with terrorism financing or with criminal conspiracy? What did Jonathan do to him? What did Babangida do to him? What did any of these guys do to him? They didn't do him anything. So what gives him the confidence? What gives him, the righteousness to begin to harass innocent citizens for saying your policies are killing us? They're not stopping him from doing what he wants to do, but he has not. They're not stopping him, and nobody has stopped him, and nobody has been able to stop him. But Nigerians are crying, and he thinks that they should not cry. Yeah, what kind of impunity? Is there any impunity much worse than that? I don't think so.
Okay.
Even under the military, protests held. Okay?
Yes.
All
right. So, I want to ask you, how this whole events that have taken place shaping the relationship between Labour and the government moving forward. Because we saw not too long ago when you pushed for the upward review of the minimum wage to 70,000. A lot of people find that there was some seemingly chummy, relationship between the NLC and the president up until when the fuel prices were further increased again, and the NLC now accused the president of deceit, or the presidency of actually deceiving them, saying that he was inconsistent in the sense that he made a statement about it's either you choose 250 or 70,000 in order to have some sort of consistency with the price regime. Unfortunately, just shortly afterwards, we have the pump price now up by some more percentage, causing further hardship to Nigerians. Now, moving forward, how would the dynamics, between the NLC, the dynamics of the relationship between Labour and the government be moving forward?
Well, we relate to the government on the basis of issues. It's not personal. In this very moment, the government chooses to do the right thing. We will give the government bossas as many times as we can muster our energy. But in spite of this serial act of harassment, if it does something else again, which we consider to be against the wishes of Nigerians, which is injurious to the well-being of Nigeria, we will still protest. We will tell the government, stop it. We will do that. So for us, our relationship is on the basis of issues. It's not personal. Okay?
Yes.
So What the government has done has ended very bad publicity within the country and outside the country, has put it in very bad light. And there will be more reaction as the days come by to show you the depth of the anger of Nigerians and others who had pitched their hope in this administration. So, but coming specifically to your question, our relationship will be defined by the kind of policies the government will be churning out.
Well, sir, there has been a lot of, scathing criticism, not just from the side of NLC. Nigerians, basically people who have really cried out about the seeming hardship that seems to be on the increase. There seems to be no move on the side of the government in terms of abating or, stepping down with the prices of fuel. As it is right now, I know lots and lots of people who have had to stop going to their places of work because it's no longer feasible for them to transport themselves based on the skyrocketing of transportation. Some people have had to drop their cars and probably resorting to using only one or just even taking transportation because that's what makes sense to them, depending on your level. Now, many people are wondering, is there any action that the NLC is going to take on behalf of Nigerians? Because I was talking with a guest the other day, and he said that he feels NLC right now seems to be the only hope of the common man in Nigeria based on all that is happening. That is the only organization that seems to put forth what Nigerians are feeling across to the government and get their attention. Is there any hope moving forward, sir, with regard to the plans of the NLC and, the current hardship being faced by Nigerians?
Yeah. First and foremost, we feel deeply saddened that this government has chosen to visit hardship in a manner before never experienced on the people of Nigeria. We feel deeply saddened. And we are equally pained by the fact that government is doing it at a time government is very rich. In fact, we are aware of the fact that what they share at the Federation Allocation Committee, whatever it is called, has since moved from 700 billion a month to 1.3 trillion and growing. In fact, by virtue of this recent pump price in PMS, government is expected to be about 4 trillion richer. Are you following me?
I am.
So we have a situation whereby the government is extremely rich and the people are extremely poor. That's the kind of situation that we do have. And this has put Nigerians to the lowest ebb ever, to push them beyond the dustbins, has turned them to be rodents in their own homes, in their own country. It is saddening. However, what will NLC do? That is a question. I want to tell you that NLC has no divisions of army or the Air Force or the Navy or the DSS. Its strength relies on the people, the very citizens that are dying, that are now crying. If they give NLC the needed support, why not? NLC will continue to engage the government. But if they show indifference when government harasses NLC, that will encourage the government to continue with its trajectory of destruction. You understand? I want you to know.
I get what you're saying.
Are you following me?
Yes, I am. I am following you.
Good. I want you to know that what government has done this past few weeks of this past few days, it's a deliberate thing to divert attention, to distract the leadership, so they can do whatever they want unchallenged. I want you to take note of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if they get sharp reactions from the citizens, that can serve as a moderating factor. But beyond this, I want Nigerians to know that the right to protest is not only available to the unions. It is available to every Nigerian or everybody resident in Nigeria, so long as such a protest is within the limit of the law.
But the last time that the end bad governance stroke and hunger protest was going to take place, we saw Labour saying, well, they're not a part of that. I mean, so that also kind of sort of served as some sort of disappointment to some group of Nigerians. But before you react to that, sir, quickly, let's just take one quick advert, then you answer that.
Wait, listen to me.
We have an advert, sir. Sorry, I have to take that.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
My darling, are you ready to go back to school?
Audio Jungle.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
That NLC was not part of the last end hunger protest.
Yes.
I would want to reassure, I would want to inform those Nigerians that they probably act of ignorance and that they were not being fair. They are not, or they were not being fair to the Nigerian Labour Congress. First, we have had a more robust history of protest than any entity that we know of here in this country. So for us, protest, peaceful protest, is part of our business. In the matter of the end hunger and bad governance protest, we were not involved. The planners did not involve us. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the promoters did not involve us. In their wisdom, they did not involve us. In spite of that, on the 22nd of July, we issued a statement telling the government to sit down with the leaders and dialogue with them, because they had and still have genuine grievances. In fact, on the 23rd, we issued another statement telling the government to sit up, meet with the leaders, and do the needful, address their needs, address their concerns. Listen, on the eve of the protest, I was on AIT with two others for 1.5 hours. And my own position was that what government was doing, meeting with traditional rulers, telling people not to protest, security, blah, 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 that it went to no issue. That all government needed to do was to take something to the table, meet these people. Even if government met them halfway, that would be something. But to be talking without addressing any of their concerns, that was not likely to help the matter. On the 1st of August, we issued a third statement. Second day after the protest, following the level of killing by the security agencies led by the police, we issued a condemnatory statement saying, stop the massacre. We said the security forces should stop using live ammunition on protesters. We issued another statement saying all those arrested and detained should be released unconditionally. So in all, I'm sure we issued not less than 6 statements.
Okay.
So I think that was sufficient. That was something that we were not involved in.
Exactly.
And
understand.
At this moment, we are, in fact, our last two statements, which will now make a total of about 8 or so. We reiterated our concern, our demand. We put pressure on the government, say, release those people. Don't criminalize civil protest. When you criminalize civil protest, you are introducing a dangerous dimension into our democracy. And we also reminded them, remember, you were in the trenches, not once, not twice, not 3 seasons. Did anybody criminalize your own protest? Nobody did. So what makes you think that you are better than those who did not criminalize and jail you and charge you with subversion and criminal conspiracy and all of that, treason? Are you better than those who just simply believe that what you did was within the province of civil protest and let go?
In fact, listening to lots and lots of commentaries, that is the most shocking part of it, to know that this same president who has been a part of protests in the past, people are currently going through some of the things that they're having to go for, the same thing that he led in times past. But then putting that to the side and also, taking your mind back also still to, pump prices. I remember when at the height of the fuel subsidy removal and then the agitation or, the move for increment in minimum wage started with the NLC. One of the things that you pushed for was the fact that fuel pump price, I think 6.17 that was being sold before this recent hike should be reverted back to the old pump price that when the subsidy removal first started or when it was first introduced, I think that was a little over 500 naira. It was part of the demands that you made. And then with this pump price, hike again, I know that the NLC released a statement also saying it needed to be reverted back.
Thank you.
We need to understand, we need to get some clarity as to this reversal. I mean, where is NLC? What reversal? To what pump price are we still pushing the government to go back to?
The reversal remains irreversible. You recall, each time there was an increment, we say reverse. Revert to old rates. So our demand is that government should go to those very, very old rates. Because even the 600 500 or 600 naira per pound per liter that was on for some time, it was not agreeable to the people. It had caused so much dislocation, disablement, displacement, trauma, and nightmare. People lost their homes, lost their jobs, lost their sources of livelihood, lost their businesses. 40% of big businesses folded up almost immediately. 60% of other businesses went under. All as a result of that first major wave of increment that went to 500 naira per liter. So the injury or the injuries caused by that first wave of increment when Mr. President on his inauguration day said subsidy is gone. That first wave caused so much injury. And the nation needs healing. The nation needs healing. It needs repair. So when we talk about revert to the old race, it is a race preceding the first wave that we are referring to. And quite often on the issue of the downstream regulation or the petroleum industry.
Yeah, the regulation.
Yeah, we have a comprehensive document outlining to government the steps to be taken. If you don't just wake up one morning and say subsidy is gone, you don't do that. Do you understand? So, and I'm going to give you instances. The time IBB did it, before IBB did it, IBB put in place certain measures. All the state governments were empowered to have transport companies, organizations, including NLC, were given buses. Individuals were empowered by giving interest-free loans to buy buses, vehicles. So nobody felt this level of pain. General Abacha did. General Abacha put in place PTF, chaired by General Muhammadu Buhari, retired as he then was. And PTF positively attracted all the sectors of the economy, stimulated massive economic activities, major roadworks, in fact, even exercise-making companies benefited, pharmaceuticals. So you could say that the military were clearer in their thinking, in their objectives. Okay? So they were able to do this. Now we have a democracy and a supposed champion of democracy with experience who should have benefited from what his predecessors did and chose not to, but just pure out of callousness or arrogance, just to say it's gone and it's gone. And only to begin to think about what to do next after creating the pain. I think he should apologize to the citizens of this country. It's not God. He may have all the soldiers of this country, all the policemen and DSS. But I want to tell you, he's not even as big as the smallest angel of God. It's not as powerful as the smallest angel of God. He has created immense pain. Okay?
Yeah.
You see, and Nigerians are angry. Instead of him to sit down and listen to the Nigerians, he's prosecuting them, charging them with treason. Do you know what it means to be charged with treason?
Oh, yes, we understand that, the implication of that.
Okay? Are you getting it?
Yes.
So, and then they begin to expand the storytelling that all of this came from outside the country. As if Nigerians are so stupid that they cannot, as if Nigerians are so stupid that they needed to be told by gendarmes opposed, because at that time I think they arrested some students from Poland and so on and so forth. So they say, instead of them to sit down and honestly say, oh, we have crossed the threshold, we have crossed the red line, and Nigerians are angry, and appeal to them. Instead of doing that, they're busy insulting everybody, threatening everybody, in the belief that they will cower us into submission. But I keep telling them, the Nigerian spirit is unbreakable. The Nigerian people are forgiving, they are nice, but they are strong and resolute people, and cannot be changed or be broken.
Okay, so we have some bit of reaction. Let me just read that to you. Then you probably react to one or two before I let you go. Thank you so much for your time. Let me read this one. It's a message from Shola in Gwagwalada. He said, good afternoon. Jonathan ruled for 6 years. Fuel was between 58 to 86 naira in his years. But Buhari and Tinubu took fuel from 86 naira to 980 to 1,000 naira. In this wickedness, is this not wickedness? My dad told me fuel sells for 1,000 to 150 naira in Lagos. Sorry. We as citizens have a long way to go in holding our leaders accountable. That's what Shola opines this afternoon. Then,
bless him. Bless Shola. I don't know whether it's a he or she. Please tell Shola that I commend him or her.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon, Swat. Please, can you... okay, this is not for you. This one said, I think NLC should be more vocal and communicate effectively so that people can trust them. However, they should make sure to steer clear of politics, particularly the Labour Party, in order to remain in neutrality. The man speaking is doing a great job. I never knew it's like this before now, says Ababio. That's another person's reaction.
I'll respond to that now. Look, let me tell you, at the moment, the Labour Party or the party in power in UK is the Labour Party. At the moment, the government in power in Brazil is Labour Party. In Zambia, a couple of years ago, the government in place was led by Chiluba, a unionist. So I can keep on mentioning them. You see, we may have founded a political party. We do not run it. Do you understand? Let me tell you, in 2023, we went to Kebbi State to campaign for Dr. Nasser Idris, an APP gubernatorial candidate, and he won. On the inauguration day, we were there with him. We were not in Abia State that flew the Labour Party flag. Are you getting me?
I'm listening to you.
So we are not directed or driven by party cleavages. We are driven by the character, by the content of the government. It does not matter. Let me tell you. Look, it does not matter that His Excellency Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu is of APP. If he does the right thing, he will continue to have our support. Even if he doesn't do our right thing, we owe him the duty of respect, recognize him as a president, and we continue to do that. So we are not driven by partisan considerations. Okay. We are not. In fact, the same what I'm telling you is that we are not driven by partisan considerations.
So
and the Labour Party, I would want Appah to note that the Labour Party, I don't know his story, but the Labour Party has been around for so long. Okay? I would also want him to know that the same Labour led by Pa Imodu was the one that gave the British a lot of headache. Beyond the external factors of World War II, the internal factors that made the British to hand over power was because of Labour activities.
All right. Speaking of politics.
Listen, finally, Labour was instrumental to the military handing over to civilians. Okay?
Definitely.
So at any point in time, we have been vocal actors in ensuring that we have a viable a democracy. That time, nobody complains. Okay?
Okay, so speaking of politics, how would you react then to the Labour, the president of Labour in Edo State taking to the podium in the process of campaigning for the PDP candidate, saying that if PDP does not win, that Edo is going to be on fire or something like that along that lines? That was quite alarming for a Labour leader in that state, and that has really got that conversation on about how...
Who said I didn't hear it?
Yes, the Labour leader in Edo State, campaigning for the PDP, Mr. Igodalo, said that if they do not win, that Edo State was going to go on fire.
The Labour leader?
Yes.
Yeah, which Labour leader is this?
In Edo State, sir.
Which Labour leader is this? Which Labour leader?
Okay, let me get his name. The Labour leader in Edo State. It's all around, on social media. And in fact, it's gotten, let me just get...
Because one thing, as I told you, we founded Labour Party, but we do not run it. We do not run it. The Labour Party has its executives, and you can see for how we are boring.
The Odion Olaye, chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress in Edo State, that the state will burn if Igodalo is not declared the winner of Edo gubernatorial election come September 21.
That is completely strange and unacceptable.
Okay. It is indeed, because it was kind of very disappointing to see that he would allow himself, to be projected that way. It's all over social media, and the conversation is on. But thank you though for your reaction. Let me just read one or two more before I let you go. I know I've taken a whole lot of your time, and I'm really appreciative of your time. This one said, "Hello, good afternoon. I think NLC should be." Okay, I think we've taken that already. This one says, I'm David from Central area. Help me ask our guests, how much do they want government to raise the fuel price and electricity tariff to before Labour declares strike to get government's attention? They are giving us the belief that they are partnering with government to make life unbearable for Nigerians. Then another message here is from...
Ask that person to go to hell.
No, sir. No, he will not go to hell. No, sir. That's not acceptable.
No. Let me tell you, if anybody who wants a civil conversation, they have it. But if you want roko, if you abuse us, Chief Obasanjo said, if you abuse me, I will abuse you. I don't give my.
But that's not an abuse. It's just an allegation that you can react to.
And I'm reacting to it.
No, sir. That's unacceptable.
Well, I'll end this conversation with you now. Bye-bye.
No, okay, there's no need for that. Well, you're not having water with me. He actually dropped the call on me. That's kind of strange. But hey, that's a conversation there with Mr. Benson Appah. And I guess that kind of ticked him off. But hey, I guess people have a right to their opinion, right? And it's just you can just debunk that without going down low and all of that. But then continuing with all the other reactions to the conversation, I'm coming to the phone line in a bit. Good afternoon, Swat. I greet your guests. In fact, your guests have spoken most of Nigerians' minds. Our leaders are just being bad and not considerate. And you said most especially the present APC-led administration. What a wickedness, for God's sake. I just sent a message to my ward in my local government that nobody should vote them in the coming Ado local government election. They have failed Nigerians and they don't have anything to offer more than suffering and corruption. That's Jay from Gariki there. And then looking at this one from... who is this? Do we have a name? Okay, yeah. Anselm and Munike from Kuchingoro said Nigeria have the worst inflation under Abacha, up to 46% in 1996. I will never forget how hopeless Nigerians felt at that time. South Nigerians suffer under Abacha. Well, please, let's be guided. Nigerians, please vote wisely in the election. That's how things can be better. Okay, and then moving away from there, Deacon Emmanuel Okudili Ede Imadala said, good day, Sister Swat, and our guest. The incessant intimidation against the NLC president, Comrade Joe Ajaero, and civil society group protesters and opposition leaders is undemocratic. However, the blame and the mistake The NLC and its leadership did was the inability to resist the removal of fuel subsidy by the president on that first day because it's cutting across economic stimulus of the country. It's better to keep the subsidy than increase in minimum wage. So NLC is partly to be blamed in this our current suffering and hardship going on, says Deacon Emmanuel Okuduli. Okay, hello.
Hello, Swat. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Jerry.
Okay, Jerry, let's hear you.
Yeah. What? To me, I don't blame NLP, Labor Union. Honestly, they have tried a lot. To me, the people that are the clergymen in Nigeria and the chief and obas and Ezes, you understand? All these people regard us as their subjects. But now, things are going tough, the criminal of everything. And all of them are expecting youth to come out for spirit and protest. But why them leave where their seats and come out for spirit and protest? Tinubu do it. Bakare do it. And me, I supported Tinubu and Bakare because when the law bring this thing, it's a hardship for Nigeria. They come out and do it. Then now Tinubu repeat it. Let those clergy men, Onai, Konadibo, Yembaka, Padakuka, all of the clergy come out because we are under them. They cannot push us to protest austerity when they finish with us. Then we join the police and join the thing. Tell me, go to all those bishops and imams, see their house like gold in their house. All of them, none of them come out to protest. They are waiting for us to go. Me, Jerry, I cannot protest for road. No matter how condition this country, I cannot protest.
All right.
Let those our clergymen come out and protest.
Let's move on. Thank you very much, Jerry. I think you've made your point. Thank you so much. Let's take on other callers. Hello.
Hello, Madam Swat.
Yes, good afternoon.
Well done with my sister.
Thank you.
This is Engineer Ola.
Welcome. Go ahead.
You know, I will forgive what the Labour man just did by hanging up the call on you. You know, that was what we are talking about, our leaders. You know, sometimes they will tell us to respect our elders and all of that. And then when our elders, sometimes when some callers say some word, you know, they will apologize to you. You understand me now? These are young guys. They will apologize to you. And then the people that we are supposed to be looking up to as a leader, and then sometimes when you now look at their behavior, you know, I even listening to him.
What happened there, Ola? Please call me back. Let me know what your train of thought is. You didn't finish that. Hello?
Madam Swat.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yes, this is Dabang Bushi.
Right. Go ahead.
A very interesting topic. You see, I don't want to blame anybody.
Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, the day Tinubu came to power and say subsidy is gone, you understand me now?
Mm-hmm.
Labour supposed to shut down the country the second day. Shut down the country second day. But they toy with the statement. Along the line, they will go for meeting, they go meeting. And Labour was the one that came outside and told us that refinery will start work by December last year. And I said that refinery will never start work because Tinubu himself never come outside and tell us that refinery will start work. This is a man that before the election, they asked him, if you get there, what will you do? Tinubu did not say anything. Say, I will continue from where Buhari stopped. It's my turn. He never promised anybody, and people still go ahead and supported him. That is what is giving me headache. Even including the religious leader. None of them even condemn what is going on.
All right.
All the religious leader, Muslim, Christian, nobody condemn what is going on. Even going on now in Nigeria, none of them.
All right.
Tinubu never promised Labour that now Labour say the refinery will start work, and now look at what is happening. So if you eat and drink with somebody, they fuck you up, and that's exactly what is happening.
Elder, choice of words, please.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. I don't know what's happening right now. You know, please, let's catch ourselves and catch our breath, please. Hello?
Thank you, and Swat.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister. God bless.
Welcome.
I agree with all the previous callers. I agree with Appah. You see now, everybody
everybody is angry. But he will have come and apologize to say somebody should go to him. Imagine he's Bayo Nanuga or Anjuri Kilali. They sought Tinubu on his behalf. And on behalf of Tinubu, he's a spokesperson. They should take it easy. You see now, if everybody have opportunity, we will do the work like all this wicked one that we have today. You remember I used to say, just like what Sandra said, labor are the cause of our problem. I wish you open phone line. Maybe we sort me more than the first person. Because one thing that you people do, when Tinubu says something has gone, the second day, Nigeria is supposed to be the house. They are the one who put us into this mess. From where? 1 million. Are you know where, my dear? We supported them. Before you know, 250, everybody said they should stand on it. Before you know, they went and collected everything. Do they let us know how many are they? Are they up to 10 million? The Nigerian government worker are not up to 10 million.
Advert will soon play very soon. You might have to round up now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So look at it. They are the cause of all this.
All right.
Somali for increase with 2 naira. Or Somali will shut the whole Nigerian down. Everybody would abide those. But look at today. They are rubbing their hand with something they thought we don't know. What are they going to do in the pillar? They know.
All right, Adeomi. I have to take that now. Thank you.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
You don't suffer for hand of police when they do what you're not supposed to.
This is Nigeria Info.